So it's been a while since I made a blog post, other than the customizing thing. But yeah, I'm going to start this the way I normally have been, which is by just saying, oh, we're at 1,707 subscribers now on the official channel. Of course, the blog channel is still quite low, still at 6. Maybe people will watch it when they come to look into the customizing Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. But either way, last we were here, I was talking about Davinator's Battle of the Budgets tournament I played in. There were 76 players, and I came in second place. I actually did a video with the first place finisher on how to play Phantom Knights, which probably looks pretty bad overall. Reason being that Phantom Knights is one of the best decks in the game right now. So I did how to play Phantom Knights. It's got 1,300 views. Don't really want to play the video, just going to pull it up real fast. So it's got 1,300 views. Got 2 downvotes probably because currently it's a Rongo Mini Ad Turbo, and that's not what I'm actually showing people on how to play, but you know, it was pretty neat. But let me show you the deck list I played in the budget tournament. I played this. It was an Infernoid deck. Double Inoku, double Deviati, 1 Atondel, 1 Seitzmas, 1 Sajet, 2 copies of Petrula, 2 Harmodique, 1 Antra, 3 Decatron, 1 Permeus, 1 for 1, Monster Gate, Reasoning, 3 slash draws to reload the deck with certain cards, and to draw a card. And I think I actually won a game in the tournament by slash draw FTK. Well, second turn OTK. Rekindling, Void Seers, Forbidden Chalice, Twin Twister, Burial from a Different Dimension, which is part of the reason the slash draws are in here. I could recycle this, which means technically I can't run out of monsters. I played 3 copies of Void Imagination, 3 Void Banishment, 3 Void Feast, 2 Void Purification, which are in a slow format pretty good, and 2 Void Launch, also good in a slow format. And just in case, I played 1 copy of Red Reboot, because I felt like if I was going to resolve a feast, I wanted to make sure that I would win, so I wanted to have that in, and I kind of had a high prediction of trap-heavy decks. So, again, this is a $100 budget tournament, so the deck's not as good as it could be, obviously. I didn't even have room to fill the extra deck. I played 2 Tierra, 1 Chimera Tech Mega Fleet, 1 Fortress Dragon, 3 Nates, 1 Chambara, 1 Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon Dragon, triple Doolittle Chimera, 1 Underclock, and I sided 2 Cyber Dragons if I needed to out some sort of a board. I had the Mega Fleet and the Chimera Tech, and the Chimera Tech works whether or not I have a Cyber Dragon on the board as long as my opponent does. DD Crows are the only affordable hand trap. I played 1 Dark Hole, 2 Forbidden Chalice in the side, which came up in Pendulum Duels. I played Malevolent Catastrophe because I was predicting big back row decks. I played Typhoon for Altergeist, which I never played against, thankfully. Heavy Storm Duster, which was a cheap Twin Twister. I made the 1 Twin Twister, but it was too expensive to get more. 2 Drowning Mirror Force, because you can set a lot of traps between the Void cards and Twin Twisters and things like that, and Void Seer, you can hide this and your opponent will run into it. Never came up. I think the one time I set this card, I also had Malevolent Catastrophe, and it blew me out and him out as well. So yeah, that's the deck list, but let me show you my Infernoid build. This is what I'm currently fiddling around with. This is for live play, 48 cards. Playing the same Infernoid lineup from the other deck. 1 copy of Lilith, Lady of the Mint, because I'm playing a decent amount of trap cards, meaning it gives me an additional normal summon I can draw into. So instead of having 3 Decatrons on a 40-card deck, I've got 3 Decatrons and Lilith in my 48-card deck. There are no hand traps in here, so I'm playing Reasoning. Also, because the Lilith's in there, it means occasionally I'll actually hit a monster off of Reasoning, because my opponent won't call 3, because they're not going to predict that it's in here. I could also purposely send all the monsters in my deck to the graveyard, all the Decatrons, using my imagination or Void Feast to get them into play, and then play Reasoning, and then my opponent has to guess what the monster that's left in my deck is. 1 Rekindling, 1 Void Seer, triple Call by the Grave, now it's back to 3. 1 Twin Twister in the main, 1 Burial, 3 Imagination, 3 Void Vanishment, 1 Lair of Darkness. Because I do play Lilith and all the Infernoids work really well with Lair, I wanted to play Lair, but I don't like Lair that much. I'm fine if I draw the 1 Lair. It's pretty cool. If I don't draw it, that's also fine. Play 3 Impermanents to be set from Lilith or Trap Trick. 2 Storm Dusters, because I do main the 1 Twin Twister. But I could play the 3rd Storm Duster, but I do want a proactive quick spell for destruction. and I had to play 2 Heavy Stormdusters so that Trap Trick could get it potentially. 3 Void Feast, 3 Trap Trick, 3 Goes in Match, and the 1 Void Purification, which has more reason to play played now that I played it in a tournament, and I won the tournament I played it in. And that is my opponent Red rebooted me on my Feast, which of course set me back a card. But because Red Reboot allows me to set a card from my deck, I was able to set Void Purification, allowing me to activate the Feast on the following turn. So I actually had a trap card I could set that allowed me to make my Feast live again. So it's really silly, but it did work. Extra deck, I have 2 Tiaras, 1 Chimera Tech Mega Fleet, 1 Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, triple Natess, 1 Ciphering Lord Omega, 1 Chanbara, 1 Borreload. Where's my Boral Sword? Ruh-roh. Pretty sure one of these cards is supposed to be a Boral Sword. I think I was dropping the Chanbara, but I don't recall what it was. One of these is supposed to be a Boral Sword, so. Borreload and Boral Sword, Nightmare Phoenix, double Doolittle Chimera, 1 Underclock Taker, 1 Nightmare Mermaid, 2 Ash on the side, Ogre, 2 DD Crows on the side. It seems pretty good against a lot of the decks that are out at the moment. You can hit something. Although Bell is really good against Prank Kids, but I haven't played against them live yet. Double Twin Twister, double Typhoon for Altergeist, triple Evenly Matched for trap decks and things. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep these. I might wind up putting an Xyz Encore to out Rongo and Miniad, but I feel like more people are not doing the Rongo lock at the moment, but I'd rather play a card that can out the Rongo lock. Although if your opponent sees it in your hand off an Aqua Dolphin in the combo, they can just Gumbar you for everything instead. So, and then triple Red Reboot to make sure that I don't lose the trap decks, and it also is there to Red Reboot my opponent's Red Reboots. So yeah, that's what I've been playing lately, and it did well in my more recent tournament. Again, I assume that this Chanbara was probably something else. I know I was playing the Borreload. I don't remember which thing was the Boral Sword. But yeah, that's my current updated Infernoid deck. Pretty fun. I have the same theory on Infernoid as before, and that is if you draw all monsters, you can't play. So up the spell and trap count. So 18 monsters in compared to the 30 spells and traps means you're never going to be super bricked on monsters. So there's really 2 ways to play Infernoid. You either play more spells and traps so that you can draw into cards that are a little more effective, or you can play so many monsters that every time a monster dies, it replaces itself to be played as another monster. So I tried it the other way. It was working in some scenarios. This, I think, is a little better, but it still requires more testing. So if you want to see more about my decks, subscribe here, because I'm not going to really be posting my stuff on the channel, as I don't put my face up there. But if you like it, let me know.